and welcome to another Tennis Journal entry for March 25th, 2025. My name is Francis, and today I'll be playing against Wei, a longtime rival on my channel here. In fact, I met him through one of the comment sections in one of my videos, and ever since, we've had a lot of great matches, a lot of losses against him too, by the way. I'll maybe set up another email in case if you're interested in playing too and want to be in one of the videos, let me know in that email, but I haven't set it up yet, so I will make an announcement if I do so. But anyway, back to this tennis match. Wei likes to play an aggressive kind of baseliner style and likes to dictate the points. He's not afraid to go to the net too. However, he still does prefer playing on the baseline as he can usually out-hit me, outgun me, and hard for me to keep up. And if you've seen my previous videos more recently, I've been going for more of a pusher strategy, so I don't think it's going to cut it here though, as he will be able to dictate those points again, so don't want to be just running around everywhere with him dominating the court. So this time around, I'll need to be a bit more aggressive, can't be too passive with my strategy, and try to go to the net if possible. But of course, that never happened because I'm a coward. But with that, I hope you enjoy this Tennis Journal entry for March 25th, 2025, and thank you so much for watching.
So out of the gate, this was a really tense matchup. And I knew that Wei was going to hit really big, so at first I tried to attack the net a couple times, attempting to throw him off balance, put pressure on him, and draw out some errors that way, which did work a couple times, and I don't know why I didn't continue doing that. Probably didn't continue going to net because I was just getting too tired later on, but early on I definitely did, and not always successful, but at least having the right mindset to put that pressure. I do have to admit though that I also prefer playing on the baseline as well, so I did tend to hang back there a little too much. And I say too much because Wei, I would say, is better than me at the baseline. He can hit bigger, he can just dictate the point when I'm going for my usual pusher style of strategy. So in hindsight, after watching this, yeah, strategy-wise was not really playing that smart and was playing right into his comfort zone. But in the beginning, kind of getting away with it as I came in with high intensity, high energy, and was able to keep up with him at the baseline, at least for now. And get a bit lucky here with a just unfortunate bounce for Wei. That's the thing with these clay surfaces, is you can get those weird bounces and it becomes so unpredictable. I attempt to go to the net to put pressure on Wei, but I slip a bit with that backhand and screw up that volley. Maybe it's this point or several others that just made me lose confidence in going to the net, as when I approach, the surface is a bit more slippery once we get into the service box areas. And by giving up a double fault with my crappy second serve, Wei is right back into this game, and this would prove to be a very difficult first game to try and hold. And by playing into Wei's favorite play style of aggressive baseline hitting, I will tend to make more errors as I also try to be more aggressive. Well, at least more aggressive on the forehand side. The backhand is still usually more conservative. As you see there, I try to hit higher and more loopy just to maintain that margin. In this first game, I still try to go to the net more often, try to put that pressure on Wei, but was not always successful, overhitting sometimes, but also sometimes getting some pretty incredible winners like this backhand you'll see in just a couple seconds. And once in a while I can hit a great angle shot like that. This is probably something I should work on, to hit those sharp angles or short angles. But even after hitting a great winner like that, Wei is making me work really hard for this one game as we're back to deuce. I finally have advantage in this game, and I try to go to the net once more to put pressure on him, and it just so happens that it works this time where I'm finally able to clinch this very first and important game. And now with Wei on serve, I for some reason stopped going to the net and started making a lot of unforced errors. But now that I think about it, that should be expected if I'm going head-to-head with Wei on a baseline rally. And it was only thanks to his double faults where it was keeping me in the game and it was giving me a chance to even still be competitive while he's serving. This is also a problem with myself where I tend to give a lot of free points by double faulting way too much. But today I double faulted much less than my opponent, but still made a ton of unforced errors, so it was a question of whether I made more unforced errors than his double faults. But early on, by this point, you can tell by the score that it was really close. And here Wei does what I should be doing by going to the net, putting pressure on the opponent, and just dictating the point. And with this slippery clay surface, just could not get to that drop shot, and he gets a drop shot winner off me. I try to use this opportunity to attack the net as well, but he makes a crazy lob, and I'm unable to get it, so he gets this game to tie it up. 1 game all. And now with me back on serve, I make even more errors, even more double faults, and it gives Wei a huge chance to get a slight lead. But I'm fortunate that he made also a decent amount of unforced errors as well, which kept me competitive. And now Wei takes advantage of going to the net once more, putting the pressure on me, and it's too much as I make a backhand error, long, and he's just a point away from being 1 game ahead. And I end the game by dumping a shot into the net, so he comes up on top 1 game ahead of me as I make too many unforced errors. And my woes would continue, or Wei's fortunes would continue, as he begins this next game off with an ace. This would also be another close game, as I'm just 1 point away from tying up the score and just dragging it on to deuce, but just a little bit unfortunate with a couple clutch points here and there. But again, strategically, Wei nicely comes to the net, puts more pressure on me. Even though he missed it, he's got the right mentality, the right idea to dictate the point, to have control, at least strategically speaking. And by the way, we had the wrong score at this point. We thought it was 30-15, but I doubt it would have made a difference, as Wei played very well in this game and I made quite a few errors. And once more, Wei goes to the net and attacks, but I was able to respond with a backhand winner just right in the corner to make it 30-all. But of course, have to follow it up with some unforced errors. Make that 2 unforced errors, but Wei put some solid pressure on me, and he gets a 2-game lead over me with me on serve. And mentally I was thinking that I was really far behind, I need to play some catch-up, things were not looking too good. But it just so happened that this would actually be one of the smoothest games in the set. And one big factor for that was that I didn't double fault. And even being down love 40, Wei continues to go to the net, puts pressure on me, gets a point off that unforced error. And Wei hits long, having me 1 game behind in the score, still making more unforced errors than Wei. And by now I'm thinking that I've still got a pretty uphill battle. But something completely unexpected happens where Wei double faults this entire game. Something that I would expect myself to do, but just did not expect that from him. And now suddenly, the set is tied 3-all with me on serve. Just really didn't expect that game to go that way with him double faulting all the serves. I think something imploded or mentally went wrong. And this game also went the way I didn't expect, where I didn't double fault at all, but not only that, I ended up winning 8 straight points in a row after this game. And suddenly I find myself in the lead very shortly after, in a manner that I didn't expect. And with Wei back on serve, his double fault woes still continued here and there. But every time that his serve was in, the points could drag out to be very long rallies and very difficult to win. But I do have to admit, by this point, I started playing my usual kind of pusher strategy. You can see like those very loopy shots and just very neutral paced shots. And Wei wasn't taking advantage of this. I think he was just getting a little too tense. But strategically, he was going to net more often than me, and that counts for something. But once again, Wei takes the opportunity to approach the net, put pressure on me, and ends the point with a smash winner right in the corner. And now Wei forces me to come to the net. I try to attack him with a forehand, but he lobs it right back. I try to save it and lob him, but couldn't get it as I was caught in an awkward position and the bounce was too strange for me. But even after that unfortunate point, still fighting for maintaining that lead. And after making a bunch of unforced errors and him making double faults, I get this one really lucky point and clinch the game. And now being 2 games up, I was feeling much more comfortable, much more confident. But I've noticed that whenever I get confident, things turn out pretty poorly, like this game. Maybe it's just me being overly confident. I try to slice to his backhand side, but hit the tape instead. And you get to see the embarrassing replay right here. And I don't think I played particularly poorly in this game. However, I just couldn't get a single point off Wei. And even though I was serving very well in this game, Wei played much more loosely and played a lot better as a result. And with that backhand error to end this game, Wei was 1 game away from tying the score up, so it was up to me to shut the door and end the set. And with the pressure being on Wei to hold serve to continue on, I did play more of that consistency type of style, like in my previous videos, being like a pusher almost. You can see I'm hitting mostly down the middle or across court sometimes. But Wei takes advantage of this and makes a pretty good drop shot, and I have no clue how I got that for a winner. And Wei still tries to go to the net, put pressure on me with a chip and charge approach. But I somehow catch the sideline right there and end the point with a big smash. So things were looking pretty smooth for this last game. And now with triple match point, I was feeling incredibly confident that I could end the set, end the match, and Wei makes an unforced error at the net. He tries to put pressure, but just doesn't go according to plan for him. And that's the end of the match right there. I was able to catch up thanks to a very unusual couple of games where Wei double faulted too much, and I was able to not double fault, which is uncommon for myself. I was definitely making more errors than Wei, but he double faulted a lot more than usual, as you can see in the stats, and that's what the difference was. But thank you so much for watching my Tennis Journal entry for March 25th, 2025, and I hope to see you in the next one. So take care, and thank you for watching.